past year or so has been a mental health stress test. Let's call it what it is. And it's not just for us adults. Obviously, we got our own reality. Our jobs are changing. Oh my goodness, sure. But what about the kids? Their whole life is school. They've been out of school for months now, practically a year. What about them? Mental health awareness, super important. And we got to make sure that they're doing well. Our next guest is linking up with the Clark County School District to do just that.
That's right. Here to discuss that and even more, Dr. Jeff Morawski back on our show. He's the Chief Medical Officer with the Silver Summit Health Plan. Dr. Jeff, welcome back. Let's talk about mental health and, the pulse that you're feeling right now with your patients.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. You mentioned it. It's been a long time, and with our kids and our families, we've been doing a lot of schooling from home. That means a new environment, kids out of their peer groups, a lot more stress, a lot more strain. We've seen, more mental health issues and more mental health challenges for our kids, and that's concerning. And now we've got to bring them back. That's another stress and a strain in bringing them into school. So, just want to make sure everyone's aware of mental health risks, what they can do, and how they can see that.
Yeah, no question. It's going to be different when they go back to school as well. It's not going to be just the way that they remember it. So Silver Summit Health Plan and Clark County School District are linking up. Tell us what you guys are doing to make sure that these kids are going to be cared for.
So, first we want to make sure that our families have access to the education they need to know how to recognize mental health issues and mental health crisis, that they can get to resources both through the schools and outside the schools to help their kids and the kids that they see and work with, not just their own, but those that they interact with. To do the right thing. We work with the school district to do some education for kind of teachers and faculty around the models of how to do it in a structured environment for teachers, how to recognize these things over distance learning and now how to recognize it as we start to come back into the schools.
It's amazing how relevant this topic is to so many of us. I mean, it's kind of like what we are living day in and day out, Dr. Jeff. And I think in addition to the kids, let's talk about parents because people are juggling multiple roles. We are working from home, and sometimes that can be incredibly frustrating. Some of us are
Yeah.
homeschooling our kids. What do you
Yeah.
advise for adults right now?
I think the first thing is number one, take a moment and pat yourself on the back. You're doing a great job. It's been a rough year. You've been juggling three things. Breathe and say, I did a good job. You've been doing all of those things. And I think that's wonderful. Now it's breathe. Now okay, I've got one more hill in front of me. I'm going to be helping my kids get back into school as that transition happens with the younger kids first and then moving on from there. So we need to make sure we see that that's the future and to look for warning signs with your children of what could be increased stress or strain or behavioral changes. So seeing all of that's key. And the second thing is make sure you take your own temperature. There's no immunity for parents or healthcare workers either for being mentally health strained. And we all have to take that moment to center ourselves and improve our own health.
Yeah, and this goes the same to educators. I mean, trying to wrangle a first grade class is tough enough. Trying to do it on Zoom,
Yeah.
darn near impossible. They've been through the ringer.
Goodness. Yeah, they've been doing a huge job, and I'm so thankful for all of our teachers, and I'm glad to see them now in the vaccine pathway, and so they're all kind of up there getting vaccinated, and that'll help them return to the classroom where it's a more traditional model and where they're used to doing the work. I think they've done a great job in doing this virtual learning, but now they're going to have to recognize the stress and strain in kids when they're back in the classroom with them.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, indeed. And doctor, when things get really serious, we know that there is the possibility that suicide rates are really climbing at this time.
Mhm.
You have some resources that you'd like to offer today for those who
Yeah, I
might
mean,
feel like they're really struggling.
yeah, first you want to recognize those kind of signs, like completely being withdrawn. I'm a burden. I shouldn't be here. I wish I was gone. I wish I had died. All of those very serious things are things you want to reach out to a mental health professional sooner rather than later. 1-800-273-TALK is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. It's open 24/7. It's a really great one-stop resource. Your school is also a resource for children, reaching out to the teacher, social workers, and even, your principals, administrative staff. They can connect you with more structured resources to help your kids do better in a really difficult time. There's no question about it. And we've seen,
Mhm.
those rates increase. And so this is the concern. We know there's another stressor coming, any change is stress. And so we want to make sure everyone's ready and aware and prepared to kind of make this move. It's not just, oh, we're back. It's all back the way it was. It's not. COVID's with us, and the changes are going to be here, and the stress is here.
No question about it. You're doing great work over at Silver Summit Health Plan. Tell us, for those who don't know, what it is that you do before we head out.
Silver Summit Health Plan's a health insurance plan that provides quality coverage to the citizens of Nevada through the marketplace, through Medicaid and Medicare. We provide compassionate care to all of our members and work for the best for everyone.
Awesome.
Dr. Jeff, you are such a pleasure to have on the show. Thank you so much. I know we ask a lot of you. We throw a lot of questions at you. So good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Let's reiterate that National Suicide Hotline.
Yes.
First of all, it's 1-800-273-8255. It's 1-800-273-TALK. And if you'd like to learn more about Silver Summit Health Plan, go to silversummithealthplan.com. They're a proud sponsor of The Morning Blend.